Football fans, it's your boy the Blue here tonight to talk about the Eagle football and give you a review of this week 2 in the NFL. And after that, I'll give you my top 5 teams after week 2 and just a rundown of next week's games and who I think will win each game. So we're going to talk about my Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles coming to season 0-1 as they place my arch rivals at home, the Dallas Cowboys. Should be a win for us, but it didn't turn out to be so lucky. It actually turned out to be an embarrassment as a for a coaching standpoint on down. We played like some high school team. We didn't play worth anything. Offense was non-existent. The run game was just totally out of whack. You got the leading rush from the NFL last year, only rushes for 2 yards total. You're -2 in rushing for the whole game. You lose one of your key players in a trade that you traded for, and Kiko Alonso, as he's out for the season with another injury. Michael Kendrick is also out. He got took out. I don't know how long his injury is going to be. You did hurt. Tony Romo took him out the game, so that gives you a possibility, a hope of even having a chance to win your division now because the NFC East is up for grabs. But overall, we lost 20-10 to the Dallas Cowboys in an embarrassment loss. I mean, this is the most embarrassing loss I've ever seen being an Eagle or a football fan, folks. You know, the offense, they was, like I said, non-existent. You know, still having problems with receivers not catching open passes. Sam Bradford looked like confused. Had 2 interceptions. You know, the first half, the defense did good, but you only can do so much when you get worn down. You've been on that field for 40 minutes of the game. I mean, what happened to the offense that this Eagles team has been accustomed to since Chip Kelly arrived? You know, he made some key acquisitions. He got rid of some players, which I think should have kept some of them because they would play a major tribute. You depending on young receivers. No disrespect to Jordan Matthews. You had a good rookie season last year, but this year you made catches last year that you had a chance to make in this game here, but you didn't make, but you would have made last year. I mean, I don't know what to say, but I just say we need to get it together, man. I mean, we can't keep losing like this. Otherwise, we won't even make the playoffs. You know, some people have predicted us to go as far as to winning the Super Bowl this year. The way the team performed like that, we don't deserve to even be in a playoff talk right now. We deserve to consider to be. To me, you played like the worst team in the NFL this past week, and against your arch rivals at your home field in front of your home crowd. I can't take too more of this beat downs, this embarrassment as an Eagles fan. You know, something got to give. It starts with you, Chip Kelly. You got total control. You make the calls. By God, you better fix these problems quick. Otherwise, otherwise, we're gonna blow you out the door. We're gonna kick you out. We gonna demand you get fired. I like you, Chip Kelly. I think you're a good genius, offense mind. You like to be a Belichick to me. But your style of play, you got to change up something. I mean, you hired this cornerback to hopefully make our secondary a little bit better, and he ain't performing like the guy we paid. Well, like I said, I mean, I ain't blaming DeMarco Murray for not rushing as many yards as he can. I know he capable of. Offensive line is having big problems. You need to fix that. Too many costly penalties. Like I said, Sam Bradford look confused. You got 3 turnovers in 12 snaps. That's not good at all. We just played horrible. But, you know, disappointment. I mean, -2 yards rushing for the game. That just don't sit with me. You know, I mean, I don't understand. We fought 0-2 to start the season. As I said, we lost to the Cowboys 2010. We need to fix this situation because we got the New York Jets next week at New York. If we don't win this game, our season is completely over with. So, you know, we need to work on the problems and try to solve them by next Sunday's game. And I hope the next time I talk about the Eagles football, it will be in a positive way. I have nothing positive to say about our team performance the past 2 weeks. Nothing. We don't look like we don't even are even an NFL team right now. So all along we're gonna talk about the games and scores from this past week. We had a game between the Broncos and the Chiefs last Thursday night. The Broncos winning 31-24 on a comeback down by a touchdown, come back and win with two touchdowns in the last 2 minutes to upset the Chiefs at home. We had the Carolina Panthers remaining 2-0 as they defeat the Houston Texans 24-17. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers bouncing back off their loss to the New England Patriots the week before, beating the 49ers 43-18. Then we had Tampa Bay Buccaneers going 1-1 as they defeat the now 0-2 New Orleans Saints 26-19. The Minnesota Vikings upset Detroit Lions 26-16. It was Carson Palmer, Arizona Cardinals 48, Chicago Bears 23. The New England Patriots, they roll, beat Buffalo Bills 40-32. The Cincinnati Bengals beat the Chargers 24-19. It was the Cleveland Browns and Johnny Manziel beating Marcus Mariota and Tennessee Titans 28-14. It was Atlanta Falcons coming down from 10 points in the fourth quarter to beat the Giants 24-20. It was Washington Redskins picking up their first win of the season as they defeat the new St. Louis Rams 24-10. We had Jacksonville Jaguars evening their record to 1-1 defeating the Miami Dolphins 23-20. We have the Ravens going 0-2 as they lose in an upset to the Oakland Raiders 37-30. Like I said, my Philadelphia Eagles in a disappointment, embarrassing loss, loses to the Cowboys 20-10. Tony Romo out for 8 weeks with a broken clavicle. Then we had the Green Bay Packers steady rolling without Jordy Nelson as they defeat the defending NFC champs, the Seattle Seahawks, causing them to go 0-2 to 27-17. On Monday night game, we had the surprise New York Jets upsetting the Indianapolis Colts at home 20-7. The Jets 10 turnovers in 2 games. Pretty impressive defense for the New York Jets, which, by the way, we'll play the Philadelphia Eagles next week as we travel down to the Meadowlands to face the Jets. So, my top 5 teams for this past week, I had the Patriots still ranked at number 1. I had the Green Bay Packers at number 2. I got Atlanta Falcons moving to number 3. I had the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 4. And I have the Carolina Panthers at number 5. Dallas was in my top 5 last week. I knocked them out because I don't think they're going to be as good. And they didn't look as impressive either, even though they did win 20-10. But they didn't look all that impressive either. They had a couple big plays, but overall, the Philadelphia Eagles had opportunities to beat the Cowboys, and I don't see Dallas being a major threat without Tony Romo or Des Bryant in form right now. So I had knocked them out my top 5. So looking forward to next week's games, and as far as we got next week game schedule, it looks like this. We got the Washington Redskins going to the New York Giants, and I'd like the Giants to beat them to win their first game of the season. I like Atlanta to remain undefeated as they hand their Dallas Cowboys their first loss of the season. I like Indianapolis Colts on the road to win their first game of the season against Tennessee Titans. I like the Oakland Raiders to win a second in a row to beat the Cleveland Browns. I like the Ravens to finally get their first win at their home to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. I like the Patriots to remain undefeated as they will beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I look for the Carolina Panthers to remain undefeated and hand the New Orleans Saints their third loss in a row. I like my Eagles to finally end this 2-game lose streak and to go be 1-2 against the New York Jets, handing the Jets their first loss of the season. I like James Winston to beat the Houston and Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat the Houston Texans. I like Phillip Rivers going into Minnesota to win, and I like in an upset. I like the Rams at home to upset the Pittsburgh Steelers. I also like the Arizona Cardinals to move to 3-0, as I predict them to beat the San Francisco 49ers. I also like the Buffalo Bills on the road in Miami to beat Miami. I'd like the Seahawks to get this first win of the season, as they will send Chicago to 0-3. And I like the Broncos to send the Detroit Lions to 0-3 and to remain undefeated. And I like the Packers at home Monday night against their Kansas City Chiefs. Overall, disappointment for the Philadelphia Eagles football right now. I mean, we still young, but we can't. This is a very crucial, important game, a must win. I'm saying it right now. This game is a must win for the Eagles. We got to win it. If we don't win it, our season is done for. But, that's a recap of tonight's review. I'll see you again Sunday as I do my college review of my Florida Gators. See how they do as we play Tennessee this weekend. Let's go Gators. But I'll be back next Tuesday night to give you my Philadelphia Eagle review and NFL review and to see how I fare for next week's scheduled games. Once again, I am the Blue Wine, and I'd like to say peace, God bless, and I'm out.